Hi, David-Gerard here. I'm in Port Arthur, Texas at the Museum of the Gulf Coast, where they have a room that's dedicated to Janis Joplin, who was born and raised here. Did you grow up with the Joplin family?
Well, I'm born and raised in this town, and as it turns out, by chance, I grew up 2 blocks from Michael Joplin, which is Janis's younger brother, and Janis, where they lived on 32nd Street here in Port Arthur. And he had a middle sister, Laura, and Michael and Laura, they're still out there doing things in promotion and telling the story of about Janis's life that so many people have questions about.
So did you see that Netflix has a documentary on it right now? Have you seen that?
I haven't seen the most recent one. We've helped with several of these things that have come along. We helped with a Canadian group that came through. It happened here. And they were the ones that actually uncovered the fact that she had not died due to an intended overdose. It was actually a mistaken situation. Robert Rauschenberg had dinner with her the night before she died, the father of Pop Art. He's from Port Arthur too. And he said she was the happiest she'd ever been. She was building a home. She did not commit suicide. That's all wrong. And he was right. Sorry he'd never lived to learn about what actually happened, but they found that there were over 10 people that died that very same night, the exact same conditions that Janis did, and they determined that the hit that they received was about 10 times the normal strength.
So the thing though in the documentary about her being kind of bullied and looked down on, is that basically true, or?
Well, I think there's some of that, but you know what the reality of it is. Our president of the Historical Society, Sam Monroe, Dr. Sam Monroe, he grew up with her, and he knew her, knew the family. His mom worked, her mom worked for his dad at the college. But you know, people camp on that a whole lot. Main thing we offer somebody is that you know, going through junior high and high school is pretty rough on everybody. If you don't think so, say the wrong thing, wear the wrong pair of shoes, you'll find out how brutal that can be. And Janis was. She had reached out a little bit, probably beyond some other things. And back in that time, there was a lot of emphasis put on conformity. Robert Rauschenberg, the father of Pop Art, is from here and was friends with her. He said, you know, I couldn't be everybody. I had to be my own self. And he said that was hard to do, and I knew I had to go somewhere to find out where that was going to be. It wasn't going to be here because everybody was pretty much conforming. And so that creates a bit of difficulty when you're trying to grow up. But I mean, she went through a lot of things in her life but she thought outside the box. She lived outside the box, and that's kind of how things were. It was all about rebellion, and about leaving and striking out.
So there's a new book about Janis out, and it's
Janis, her life and music by Holly George Warren, and she's received 2 Grammys for her writing, and Michael and Laura Joplin worked with her, and she put together a book that just came out. It's so well written. It's not a sensational piece. It's just people living and growing up. People living, you know. That's what that's called. Some people say when they hear some of the Janis, well, she was living, okay? That's what they say today. But anyway, she wrote the book about them, and it's being well received. And in fact, we have Michael Joplin, who's going to come home to Port Arthur with his wife here on January 11th of 2020, and they're going to autograph that book with the author.
Port Arthur, can you kind of give me a little history? How has it changed from what it was? I guess cattle oil to.
Well, it is still very heavily supported by oil. The largest plant in the United States is here. It's the old Texaco plant. It's now called Motiva. And it's the 2nd largest in the world, and they're working probably to make it the largest in the world. The city suffered through some major storms.
Harvey was the last one.
Well, you had Harvey was the last flood, but then we had a Melda that came after that. You know, we're having these 500-year storms about every other year. It's kind of getting kind of hard on us. And One interesting thing we're happy about is the dilapidation people have seen of a downtown Port Arthur is in transition right now. Motiva is moving 700 of their employees at the refinery into downtown, and they're restoring all those historic buildings back to their original intent back to the 1920s. And so we're fixing to have, they're spending $150 million to rebuild downtown. And so when people come back to Port Arthur, they're going to see a different place than what they heard about or have seen about it and throughout the years.